Hello, fellow homebrewers. JP here, and I want to introduce to you the brand new Brewbuilt X1 Conical Series available at More Beer. More Beer sells the highest standard in homebrewing equipment, and the Brewbuilt Conicals are just that. They're made from mirror-polished 304 stainless steel, and they come with loads of features that you and I have been looking for. They have a full 2-inch bottom dump valve, which will eliminate your clogging issues, while the sturdy base includes 4 reinforced legs, just like those big Pro tanks do. More Beer also carries the Brewbuilt line of options and add-ons like casters, pressure kits, and even external glycol chillers. So you can find out more about the new Brewbuilt X1 Conical Unitanks by going over to morebeer.com for detailed videos on the entire line of Brewbuilt Conicals. You can trust Brewbuilt with your next fermentation, and you can trust More Beer to find the right conical for you. Brewbuilt at morebeer.com.
Feels like work. Shooting the shit for 2 hours, drinking beer and talking beer. What a wonderful experience.
Can we not have the barf bucket near my mixing board?
I think everybody could read the book.
I knew you were going to use this book as an excuse to quit doing this show.
Mrs. Bub, if you want, I can mail you the Bub Timer.
Yeah, Newcastle, especially in the can. Have you ever had it in the can? No, I have not had it in the can.
Notice I closed my eyes and I concentrated really hard.
Now, live from the Brewing Network studios in Northern California, this is the radio program for home brewers, craft brewers, beer lovers, and beer geeks. It's your only source for live beer radio that brings expert brewers together with, well, expert drinkers. This is the radio program with a head on it. This is The Session.
Let's hear some noise, Cincinnati.
Come on.
Live from the National Homebrewers Conference in Cincinnati, Ohio.
How good is that? Come on.
You know what, Doc? I poo-pooed Ohio all the way here. This place kicks ass.
Yes, it does.
It is the best conference I've been to. It's my third one, and what a good time we were having here. All these people, a ton of clubs in here, and I'm telling you, I can't get enough of it. These guys are awesome. Good times going on in Cincinnati. This is not just any session. It's live from the 2008 National Homebrewers Conference, and this is the official Beer, and More Beer session.
Oh!
Yeah. Chris Graham owns this. It's all his.
Trademark.
Yeah. It's all yours, Chris Graham. And we are here at the Beer, and More Beer booth. More Flavor is the sponsor of tonight's club night, bringing this whole thing to everybody here. And we got a lot lined up to do tonight. Not just our show, but we're also going to have to do some games later on.
Oh, yeah.
We got a raffle going on right here.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of giveaways. And then, of course, we had to bring Beer Jeopardy. So we're going to need 3 contestants a little bit later in the show so that we can get a little Beer Jeopardy going on. And we got prizes to give away, both from Beer, and More Beer and White Labs, who sponsored Pro Brewers Night last night. So pay attention, everybody. We got a lot to get to. The first thing I have to do is one of our listeners was here at the conference this week, and I didn't get to meet him. But apparently he's a big fan, Doc. He listens to the show all the time. He was really excited to see us do our show here from Club Night. And his wife got sick. She ended up going to the emergency room. He had to fly home this morning. So
maybe he's married to Jamil.
Yeah, was she around Jamil?
That's what I think, that her and Jamil are out having beers together somewhere. And this guy's like, what's going on?
They were drinking JP's beer, no doubt.
So I want to give a big shout and maybe a big applause from Cincinnati for our listeners and homebrewers who were here with us, but Mike had to go home today. Mike and Bev. Bev, we hope you get well soon. And, good husband. I had left her. I just said, listen.
I don't know.
I was just say I didn't know if I was going to do that.
I said, listen, I'll be back, in a week or so.
It did take him a while to actually get home. I met him and he goes, "Here, call my wife." Why? She's in the hospital. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Because it's the conference, dude.
Of course.
All right.
I mean, look, I'm no doctor. I'm not going to help you out by being there.
No. Well, what did she eat? Maybe she needs to lay down? No. Yeah, she was done.
Give her some Pepto-Bismol. She'll be fine. All right. Now, big shout-out to Mike and Bev. Thank you very much for coming out to the conference and trying to meet us. That was very cool with you. So, all right. So we do have a lot to get to and a lot of people to talk to tonight. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is that Club Night, everybody here knows, is the best night in home brewing. The Brewing Network's anniversary party is a close second.
Right.
There's almost this many people.
It's actually a distant second. It's pretty far from. This is pretty badass over here.
It's closer to 4th or 5th. But,
thanks, JP.
You're welcome.
So I want to talk a little bit about what happens at Club Night for the folks that weren't able to make it here.
What happens at Club Night stays at Club Night.
Oh, I'm not allowed to talk about it?
All right.
It makes for great radio.
That's it for the show.
Just looking around the room at the different clubs and the names they have for the beers and the names for the clubs.
Costumes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go through a few of them. And I have to start by apologizing that I'm not going to be able to mention everybody. Everybody in this room deserves to be mentioned, but there are just too many of you, and I'm real lazy. So what I did was walk around, and I just got some of the notables that I thought were funny. Because really that's what's important, is what I thought was funny.
What's funny to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first one on my list of everybody, and not first necessarily
In no particular order.
just the one that really caught my eye,
Yeah.
and partly because I'm a Discovery Channel geek. You gotta love the Deadliest Batch over there in the corner, and they're all in like the
Rain
Groton
Slickers.
Fishermen Slickers,
Yeah.
and the home crew that homebrew club is the Greater Huntington Homebrewers. They're out of West Virginia.
The Deadliest
And
Batch.
I think they get the just like funny name of the night.
Yeah.
The Deadliest Batch.
Easily.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was drinking it last night because I was in bad shape this morning. So it had to be the Deadliest Batch. Another one that I wanted to talk about, and I think this one, they're either going to be our friends, JP, or our enemies. I don't know yet.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There might have to be a battle, or we're going to like form a coalition,
Oh.
like Americans like to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and then go back on it.
Fight or die.
Yeah.
the Georgia Beer Militia is here, and they put together a whole bunch of clubs, all from Georgia. They combined forces. They got that whole team spirit thing happening.
Yeah.
They're all in camo. They've got they actually have a bunker over there.
I mean, you can't find it. It's all in camo, and so are they.
You
So
can't
good luck
see
looking for
them.
it. Good luck finding their beer.
Try to find it.
Yeah.
But they have a better bunker than we do.
They do.
And I'm really jealous about that.
I think they have money.
They might have
Because
money.
all the people there have jobs,
Interesting.
and we really don't.
Is that the key?
I think that's the key is money. They can buy you anything, man.
All right. Maybe I'll look into getting a job.
Better when you have some.
So that's
a
the
little
Georgia Beer Militia. And then something that was also really notable about that is they had an IV there. Like a regular medical IV. Except the fluid was Old English.
40.
It was a 40 of OE. Which,
That's just how they roll.
that is how they roll. And I wish I rolled like that. We are not that cool. But I was talking to Bradley, one of the organizers here at the AHA.
On purpose?
And he was saying that if I were to actually take that OE intravenously, our ratings would skyrocket. Like, that would be good radio.
It'd make it good.
And we have a doctor on the program. You could probably find a vein.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Would I die if I intravenously took Old English?
Carbonated?
Yeah, if you just drank it, you'd probably
I'd
die.
probably die. Right now, Gary Glass is going, please don't intravenously take anything. Our liability isn't going to cover that. But it would be good radio, right?
It'd be great.
I'll think about it.
It's too visual for
Although,
radio.
if you die, who's going to post it? I don't know how to do it. Chad will forget.
Things barely get posted now.
Yeah.
Okay. The Homebrew Club, now, the Deadliest Batch was not the name of their homebrew club. That's just
No.
their theme.
Right.
There's two really good homebrew club names. There's a lot of them, but the two that I really like because they're kind of vulgar. The Salacious Homebrewers in Toledo, or SHIT, is over there to our left in that corner. And
Yeah.
they've got a great booth.
Oh, they have the tap handles, spell out shit.
Yeah. I'm
Caught my
walking
eye.
around here going, there are some really clever people in
That's
this room.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, SHIT from Toledo
Yeah.
over there. Great homebrew club name. Not to be confused with ASS over here, which is the
Ass.
Antioch Sudsuckers.
Should they have been next to each other, though?
they should have put
You don't
shit
want to
next
pitch
to ass.
Yeah.
near each other.
I wish I could do this on the other show, on my CBS show. I talk about.
It's just great.
Technically, if it's an acronym, I think it's not FCC
If you
violation.
run it together, yeah, there you go.
I can say shit and ass if it's an
Talk
acronym.
about homebrew clubs.
I have to mention, of course, the Bloatarian Brewing League, which is like the local club, right? The Bloatarians.
Yeah.
I also have to mention that there's some freaky bunch of people at the Bloatarians.
Yeah.
They have their own language that they speak to each other in.
Brew ease. I don't know. What is it?
Well, they were teaching me it
Floaties.
last night.
What is it?
I have no idea. I was really hammered.
Yeah.
At 3 in the morning, I was learning Bloterianese, whatever it is, and I don't remember a word of it. But they're probably the most undercover clicky club. You know, if you're not a Bloterian, you don't get it.
No.
It's kind of like people who listen to that other show.
What's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, we should maybe show our colors since we mentioned that other show.
What do you mean we should?
Are you already rocking your colors?
Dude, you got to rock the colors.
JP
man.
had these hideous lunch meat shirts made
Yeah.
that I vowed never to wear.
And by hideous, you mean rad.
But I thought I'd rock it for club night.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, everyone looks kind of ridiculous tonight.
Yeah, this is your costume.
So I figured
you can hide it here.
You have no idea how many people came to our booth and said, could you explain to me what that shirt means? And every time I answer, no, I cannot explain to you what that shirt means. I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more clubs I wanted to mention. The Chesapeake Real Ale Brewing Society, or Crabs.
Crabs.
Over there in the corner.
I'm so bad at spelling, I thought you were spelling chub.
It's crabs.
Like, all right.
And we've all got crabs here.
We do have crabs.
Around our neck, we're wearing crabs. So that's cool. We'll be spreading the word back in Pacheco that we've got crabs.
We'll bring crabs back to the East Bay.
Yeah. How about the Foam Blowers of Indiana over behind us? The FBI over there.
Nice.
They are in full dark suit. They've got they look like the Men in Black.
Nice.
And they're a lot of the clubs here have also brought food so that we can nourish ourselves while we're drinking our lives away. They brought donuts to the FBI table. It's all donuts and coffee, which you got to appreciate.
That's great.
Did you get yourself a donut, Doc?
No, I passed on the donut.
You did, huh?
I was over at the KGB, though. Don't let the FBI know
Uh-oh.
that.
Oh, I didn't even realize that both the FBI and the KGB
Is that
are
why the
in same
FBI's
room.
here? Because the KGB are here?
Could
So
be.
we got to keep everybody watched.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one I wanted to mention, and again, I apologize if I didn't mention your club. It's just I just went around the room and got as much info as I could. I wanted to mention the Cincinnati Malt Infusers, of course, one of the local clubs here.
Right.
And they have a big goat over there made out of a beer barrel. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, walking in, man.
And of course, you know what the goat represents, Doc. Look, he's looking at me like he's high as a kite.
A fun time on the farm.
No, it's it's a buck.
Oh.
Yeah, Bob.
You know this. Yeah, this wasn't a trick question.
I thought it was. I was looking for the trick in
Where's
there.
the trick?
I didn't know it was so obvious.
So I'm thinking that maybe later on we could get someone to ride the goat past the table for us. We'll give away a prize for whoever rides the goat. Again,
I bet
Gary's
they're gonna
going.
love you.
Gary's going. Please don't let anybody ride the goat.
You know
But
what?
Let's have a little fun, right?
We're getting handed beer left and right.
Yeah, we're in
This is
trouble.
Great.
Start drinking it left and right.
All right. What are we drinking here? What do we get? This man who's giving us beer is another dentist, Doc.
I know. I met him earlier today.
He gave us a nice stout. He says it doesn't cause cavities. He wanted to meet Doc because he's also a dentist. That creepy guy told me that he makes like eyeballs and livers and stuff. He makes all sorts of weird prosthetic
Yeah, he's
items.
a prosthetic guy.
What are you going to do with a prosthetic liver?
I don't know.
No, it's like plates for your head, noses, and eyeballs.
Plates for your head would be cool. Let's all get plates on our heads on the
What
show.
do I have to do to get a custom eye or something?
I can poke it out for you.
Poke my eye out.
Yeah.
All right, so far on the show today, we're going to have me doing OE intravenously, and JP's going to poke my eye out.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be real gentle about it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, Chris Graham, you've been doing more the club night, more flavor sponsoring club night for how many years now?
I think it's 6 years.
Unbelievable. The amount of time and effort you guys put into this, which is very cool, and I'm glad that I get to mooch off it tonight.
Nice effort.
You're welcome.
The event's pretty cool. It keeps growing. I mean, I remember our first year in Dallas, there was 200 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this has got to be close to 1,000.
Yeah, so you've really seen it change.
This is awesome.
Okay.
And so that means who's listening?
Nobody.
Nobody's
They're all
home.
here.
They're all here.
Yeah.
All 5 listeners.
Nobody's home.
Maybe that one guy's wife.
It's Mike and Bev are
And
listening
Jamil, yeah.
in the hospital.
And
Jamil is
Sorry,
listening.
Jamil.
Oh,
Glad
poor
you're
guy.
feeling better.
Yeah. A little update on Jamil. Everyone might be wondering. You were asking about Jamil all week long. Jamil has crabs also. And
Again.
no, he has pneumonia. Which is
And
not,
crabs.
And crabs.
His crabs have pneumonia.
His
He's
crabs
fine.
also
His
have
crabs are sick. Yeah.
He was fine, but his crabs were like, we can't make it.
Yeah.
I just can't do it, Jamil. He's actually fine. He went to the hospital. He had all sorts of tests done, and he's going to be okay. He's just got pneumonia. So
why are we getting so much beer?
Why are we getting so much beer?
I'm not complaining at all.
Just for fun?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
KGB.
Hey, the KGB.
Look out for the FBI.
Hey, FBI, you see why Russia is good and should be our friend? Because they give us beer.
Yeah,
you
KGB
guys just oppress us.
The FBI's
Screw you.
oppression.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're going to be real drunk by the end of this episode of the
And
More
what else is
Flavor
new?
session.
Of whatever it is.
I'll be giving away a lot more.
And you take that in
Yeah.
this thing, too.
If you've ever listened to the program, keep giving Chris Graham alcohol because he just starts giving shit away. He doesn't even care what it is. He'll give away JP by the end of the night, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I'll do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Take
done
it.
with them.
All right. There's a couple people that we want to talk to
right.
about how this whole thing gets organized.
It's
And
not Chad, tell you that.
It's definitely not Chad. Of course, Gary Glass, and you've all heard him on the program before. He's one of the nicest men in homebrewing.
He really is.
And always working his ass off for this event. I've never gotten yelled at by him, so I like him a lot. Whereas there are other people who yell at me often.
That's true.
Namely, Chris Pryor likes to blame me for everything. Chris,
Even when you're not.
it's
employed.
like it's 3 a.m. last night, and there's a bunch of people still hanging out in the
it's your
hospitality
fault.
suite.
Yeah.
What does Chris do? He comes running up to me. Justin, what the hell? Get these people out of here. It's always me.
Yeah. Maybe it was your fault people
you-
got stuck in the elevator yesterday, too.
Yeah. But I like Chris.
Chris
So,
is a good guy. But he's not the nicest man in homebrewing.
I almost like him because he yells at me. I think it's like that's our relationship.
You need that.
So what I did this morning to get back at him was I didn't show up to set up our booth in the hospitality suite.
Yeah, thanks. I got back at him real bad.
I'm sure he was bitter. Oh, man.
So Chris,
still
you had to build my
As
booth,
I'm
didn't you?
building your booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up on time and I thought about Chris yelling at me and I said, you know what? Fuck that guy.
I like it when he yells. Let's give him something to yell about.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I just overslept and I'm just making excuses for it. Chris is a nice man. Gary's a nice man. We're going to be talking to him in a couple of minutes about how this whole thing gets put together. And I really can't believe that there are, I think, more, maybe Catherine, you can help me, more than 1,000 people here this week. It's right around 1,000 right there. That is so many people. Our first year, 3 years ago, I'm not going to say where. It's part of our Beer Jeopardy later, so maybe y'all want to think about it. Our first year, 3 years ago, there was less than 800 people. It was just around 800 people, which I thought
Pretty big.
was amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I don't know why they chose Cincinnati. What a weird place to have a conference.
Exactly.
And as usual, I was entirely wrong. Everybody showed up for this event.
The homebrewing community here is huge.
Yeah.
And it's really, really intense.
Such a good beer town, this whole area.
But I'll tell you what sucks about it. No offense to anybody here, but screw you guys for coming out. Because so the BJ's up here has not the brewery. They have their beers on tap, which are very good.
Yeah.
But they also have really good Belgian beers. So we showed up Tuesday night or whatever. I had an Orval for $6.50. They had Rodenbach Grand Cru for like $5.
Really?
Went back the next night, forgot about it. Or no, went back the next night. It was all gone.
All the homebrewers drank.
All
We drank
the
it.
stupid homebrewers decided to go there and drink all the really, really good, really, really cheap Belgian beer.
Yeah.
The ones you flew
one-
6 states just to get.
Exactly, right?
You didn't have to pay for your beer there.
I didn't pay for it, no, but it was the
Mufasa
principle.
bought you a beer, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was the night when it was gone.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Mufasa's here tonight. We are hoping to get a second to talk to him, too. He is, of course, the head brewer of BJ's. He goes around and sets up all of them.
I think he's the big cheese now.
He's
he's
the big man.
He's the VIP,
cheesiest.
something like that.
He's
He's
also
the
a really
cheesiest.
big man. We were partying with him in the...
Speaking of creepy,
Uh-oh.
What is with this guy? I haven't seen him the whole time with his creepy mask on. He's the official jester of the event. Do I have that right?
Peanut butter and jelly wheat.
And he's got he
Peanut
just
butter
gave
jelly
you
time.
a peanut butter and jelly wheat, huh?
Peanut butter and jelly
it's
wheat.
a good morning beer.
I think they think the competition's going on for tonight.
Oh, I hope
Oh,
not.
that's why they're handing you
I
beer?
think
feel
that's
real
what-
bad.
I kind of guess.
Okay, let's announce that really quick. There is a club night competition going on. So all of you club people should powwow with the members of your club and choose your best beer. Give your best representative and bring it over, not now, but at 10:45
Right.
tonight. At 10:45 tonight, we will have an esteemed panel of judges. So I guess
Awake.
I'm not invited.
Yet to
They'll
be
be
determined.
awake.
And they'll be awake,
Yeah.
and they will judge the best club beer. And Doc will probably be on the panel. We'll let him do it.
Maybe.
Oh, thanks.
He's got a good palate.
Yeah, we have a booster seat for him.
So 10:45 right here in the center. Bring your beers over to JP. your best club beer. Right now we're going to talk to Gary Glass, the director of the American Homebrewers Association. And before we start, can I get a round of applause for Gary Glass? Can I get a big... Now, I know Gary's going to tell you, I'm not the one. Everybody does a lot of work here.
We're a team, and without my team, I wouldn't be anywhere.
But while the rest of us are getting hammered, Gary's running around doing a bunch of work. And I want to say thank you for the opportunity to get hammered.
Well, thank you. but really, it's true. I'm just a figurehead.
That's all.
Just a figure.
You just have to stand around and look pretty? So every time I saw you moving fast, you were just exercising?
He was just looking pretty.
Yeah.
I see.
I wasn't pulling it off well.
No. Good effort, though.
Yeah.
So how do you think this year is going so far, Gary?
Oh, it's going great. It's been going very smoothly. Everybody's having a lot of fun. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Okay. You're happy not only with the turnout, I assume, with so many people here.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But with the amazing job the local clubs did.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe how well organized they were. When I came out here to visit, I was immediately impressed, and I knew they would do a great job. It's very well organized and just very fun. A really great group of people.
I think that maybe, again, because I'm just so impressed with the amount of people that came here, and it's a nice central location. I've been talking to people who drove in from all over. I talked to people who drove in from New Jersey. So I wonder if, especially since Chris Graham is starting to get lubed up and he's ready to give stuff away, we should give away the farthest travel prize.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah, who came the farthest distance to get to the NHC? And just come on up and tell me. This guy's raising his hand right here.
We should give him something really hard to bring home.
Yes, it's very
it's different. Give him
a kettle.
Car boy.
Yeah, something they can't bring on the plane. Where'd you come from?
Alaska.
From Alaska?
We got in Alaska.
Oh.
All right, that's pretty far.
I know we've got somebody from Hawaii.
Really? We're going to have to get out a map. Not that I don't know where they're located, although I barely do. But
Hawaii's right after Colorado.
Well, we got somebody from England and from South Africa here.
Do we really?
Well, South Africa would win.
Are they here tonight, though? I mean, they got to come up and tell me.
Yeah.
South Africa would win, although Alaska's real close.
Alaska might be closer. We have to measure.
We're going to have to get out a map, I tell you.
Yeah.
Is it Alaska or South? Anybody farther than South Africa?
Like Antarctica, I guess, or Australia or something?
Is anybody from Mars? No, nobody from Mars.
I've seen a few tonight.
You thought? Yeah.
Bloatarian?
I think all of the Bloatarians are from Mars, actually. I'm pretty sure about that.
It's not a jester costume, it's a spacesuit.
Well, that's an important part for the Homebrew Conference bid.
It be
wacky.
Yeah. You have to be totally insane.
No, you have to be from outer space.
Oh.
You have why Jamil and I are running it next year?
Yeah. Exactly.
Does anybody else walk around here? I'm walking around, and I want to make sure I talk about all these clubs. And I'm looking at their ideas and how kind of creepy they are with how they've dressed up and stuff. And I love it. I think it's fantastic. These are my people. And then I start to question if I'm entirely insane. Do you ever walk around and go, wow, what is wrong with us?
Are you really just starting to question that?
Yeah.
I've been doing it for years.
I mean, Gary, this is your career. Do you ever kind of go, what is wrong with me?
No.
Really? You're comfortable with this?
Yeah, I mean, well, sure, yeah. It's crazy people, but that's what makes it so great. I wouldn't do this job if it weren't for the homebrewers. I couldn't imagine working for a greater group of people. I mean, the level of fun and diversity of people and their interests,
creativity.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Like if you're on the inside and we all appreciate it. That's why we all show up to these things, But it is pretty far out there. I mean, some of the creativity.
Yeah.
They made a peanut butter and jelly wheat.
So how is that? Is it that one right there?
Yeah. Not bad.
It's really not bad?
It tastes like peanut butter and jelly.
Did they say how
in a wheat beer.
Did they say how they made it?
No, it was the creepy guy.
It's the Bloatarian.
He couldn't talk. He had that funny mask on. All right, I have to try that. It does smell
we have more
like
beer.
Peanut butter and jelly.
I think people think the competition's right now, or they're just having fun with us.
Oh, that's weird.
I think they're just having fun.
Awesome.
I feel like I'm in the 6th grade again. Can I have a milk?
No.
Nope.
Someone
will bring you a milk stout.
Milk stout, yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you try that, Gary?
I didn't.
I have cooties.
Well, then I'm not going to try it.
Yeah, good idea. All right, we do have a lot to get to today. We're going to be playing some Beer Jeopardy, which I'm looking forward to. We got some good categories. Tomorrow is going to be an exciting day, of course. I'm hoping for big things. out of the Brewing Network club members who entered their beers here.
Oh, yeah.
We're like in the top 10 now, Gary. Did you see that? The Brewing Network as a homebrew club. You know, a lot of people contact me and they say, I don't have a homebrew club. You guys are my club. So
I'm from South Africa. I don't know anybody else
South
around
Africa.
me. I don't know where anyone else is.
Yeah. In fact, I think I shipped some BN swag to a dude in South Africa just the other day. Yeah. So it was that guy. And he registered us as a club. And we got a bunch of people on in the second round here. So I got to cheer on all my brothers in the BN Army, hoping for some good awards.
Sure.
Of course, your local club, JP Doze.
Right, which I don't have anything going, so screw them. Who cares?
Nothing. JP doesn't
F
care.
those guys anyway.
So big day tomorrow, not just for the BNers, but of course for everybody. Right. And I got to say, my man Jamil, he could win Ninkasi again.
He could.
I mean, he's right there, isn't he? A lot of entries in the second round. It would be back-to-back Ninkasis. And his third, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And does anybody else have 3, Gary?
I don't believe anybody else has 3.
So he'd be the first one with 3.
The Godfather.
In history.
That's really good publicity for us.
Yeah.
You got to like that. Oh, I mean, I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Gary was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And you stole it.
Yeah.
You're a jerk.
All right, Gary. Well, really, I just wanted to say thanks, and I think you put on a great event. It's been, in all seriousness, the organization of this event is amazing. With the amount of people and the amount of speakers and the amount of things you have happening, I think it's gone off without a hitch. Does anybody think that it's gone off without a hitch? Has it gone really well here today? All week long. So I really wanted to say thanks.
Well, thank you, and thanks to it really is a team effort. It's not just me; it's the local committee. We also have a really great staff at the Brewers Association and the AHA people who work very hard to make this happen. So, I definitely cannot take credit for it.
Okay, well that's fair. You do have to give it to everybody.
Yeah, but the staff that you guys have is like a handful of people. It's nothing, and you guys support over almost 1,000 people. And it's great. It gets better every year.
Yeah, they work very hard.
Yeah.
Like Catherine Porter is sitting right behind you.
Yeah, I know. She's giving me a little back rub every now and then. It's nice.
I'm getting pictures of Denny Kahn, one of the original members of Black Sabbath.
It's a USO concert.
1-800-555-2739. That's a direct line to Denny Kahn in his Black Sabbath days.
It's a time machine phone call.
Yeah. Denny Kahn introduced one of the BN Army lecturers that was here, Icky. He was talking about Berliner Weiss today. He did a great speech. He did a really good job. And Denny Kahn, he's given his introduction, and he's reading off his name, and he gets his real name right, and then he goes, A.K.A. Abel Seaman Icky of the BN Army. And everyone in the room yells, Icky! Denny says, I don't even want to know where you got that name, Icky.
Yeah. And if you can creep Denny out, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Well, I introduced Denny tomorrow.
Oh, you do?
So you got anything good for me to say about him?
Yeah, I'll give Denny a name by the end of the night. You could bring up this Black Sabbath photo with
maybe
you
that
right
would
here.
be good to keep.
Yeah.
Keep as a little arsenal.
All right, here's what I need. Get ready for Beer Jeopardy. It's coming up pretty soon. We're going to talk to the clubs, the local clubs, who really helped you organize this thing, Gary. They're going to sit down with us and talk to us about the work that went into this and the fun that they've had doing it. So we're doing that when we come back. This is the session. It's the More Flavor session, live from Club Night in Cincinnati. It's 2008 NHC. Make some noise and let them know you're here, people. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. On the Brewing Network.
Attention homebrew shop owners. At Fermentap, they know you're tired of buying the same old gear that everyone else has. That's why Fermentap offers the newest and most cutting-edge brewing equipment known to man. Since 1998, Fermentap has been leading the fight against the boring and mundane by offering strange, unique, and just plain smart equipment. Like their stainless stone false bottoms. Never deal with the floating plastic hassle of other false bottoms again. And since they're made from stainless steel, they'll last a lifetime. Fermentap's line of copper wort chillers are the best on the market, designed to cool your wort faster and more efficiently than other immersion chillers. They actually invented the equipment to make these chillers not only work great, but look great too. How about a fantastic line of ingredients, including vanilla beans, sorghum extract, blue agave extract, hot bitterness extract, unique wine yeast, green coffee beans, sake kits, all stuff you can't find anywhere else. Fermentap carries all the standard products and equipment you need as well, such as all grain systems, stainless hardware, kettles, carbonation stones, you name it, they've got it. Fermentap's entire line of products has been helping retail shops meet the demands of their customers for nearly 10 years, and they want to help you too. For more information, see them on the web at fermentap.com or call Jason at 1-800-942-2750. Fermentap, better beer through innovation.
Hey, Push, the new brewery's looking good.
Thanks, Finn. Piece by piece.
Well, let's fire her up. Whoa! Is that a new kettle?
Yeah, just got it brand new, but paid half price.
What? And that blade scale?
40% off.
The new tap handle?
$5 instead of $13. Got a new regulator for the brew stand, too, but $5 instead of $25.
Dude, where are you stealing all this stuff from?
Where else? The More Beer deal of the day.
Announcing the Beer, Beer, and More Beer deal of the day. Every day, a new fantastic deal from big items to small that will blow you away. Boil kettles, carboy carriers, sterile siphon starters, digital timers. Watch morebeer.com every day for a new deal, and you just might find the item you've been waiting for at a price you cannot believe. Hurry, because stock is limited on most items.
And that sweet Guinness cap, let me guess.
The More Beer deal of the day.
Yeah, I knew it. Come on, let's brew something. Find the More Beer deal of the day at morebeer.com. Celebrity voices impersonated.
This is www.thebrewingnetwork.com.
Sit down next to it, grab yourself a paper towel, and watch those yeast have sex.
You're listening to the Brewing Network.
The Brewing Network. Saving your life.
One beer at a time.
Wow, welcome back live from NHC here in Cincinnati. NHC 2008, we got the banquet coming up tomorrow, but tonight it's club night, and it's the biggest party in homebrewing.
Yes, it is.
I think everybody knows that, right? I mean, just look around. Nobody's paying attention to us. They are drinking and having a good time, and that is a sign of a good party, right?
Gotta love it.
That's when you know you've done a good job. All right, let me introduce my panel right now, because we got a bunch of interesting people sitting with us right now, and some very esteemed folks. So I kind of feel I feel like I should have showered today. Two of the club organizers, the official club that was really the organizer of this is the Bloatarians. And I was talking about you guys earlier. I don't know if you heard, with your whole weird language and all that you have.
Is that when the cops showed up?
That's about then, yeah. Well, someone was trying to teach me your language last night, and I forgot every bit of it. So we might have to do a quick language lesson here on the program.
Keep drinking and you'll remember it all.
And then I'll get it right? Okay.
Yes.
So who we have is Jennifer Harmon. Jennifer, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And do you have like a title in the club, or just part of the club?
I am the president of the Bloatarian Brewing League.
That's a pretty mean title.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And she is my queen.
Is that right? Wonderful. Yeah. Jennifer.
I just found that out last night, and I'm very honored.
Really?
I'm very honored, yes.
Of course, that's the voice of Mufasa.
Yes.
Michael Ferguson.
Yes.
You're like the head honcho of BJ's. You're the guy. Like, you're the guy.
Yes, and more ways than one. As you know, I'm just mid-level, so crap rolls downhill right to the mid-level.
I see. And you have to take care of a lot of things.
Yes.
Well, there is a local BJ's, so I'm sure you had a couple of things going on down there this week.
Indeed, it's 1.1 miles away.
Oh, okay. It's
Yes.
real close. I could have walked there. That's
You
great.
could have walked there, yes.
You can walk there later, Justin.
I might still do that. I'm that guy. I'm like, oh, what do you mean it's over? There's got to be more. And then sitting next to Jennifer, and also a Bloatarian and one of the organizers of this entire week, is Rob Westendorf hanging out with us. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you very much.
And what do you do in the club?
I'm a past officer, and I'm happy to keep it that way. I'm just a regular member.
Oh, good. The work is done, right?
He's lying, but that's fine. You can say that. But yeah, he does much more.
Okay. And then the last one, and I want to talk about how this all got organized, but we have to introduce the lovely Catherine. She only needs one name, I want to point out. She's like Cher and Prince.
So is that Porter?
Except that her last name happens to be a beer.
I'm fine. You can call me Porter if you want.
So Catherine Porter is the membership coordinator of the American Homebrewers Association.
That's correct.
So every time you folks at home, you listeners, buy one of those wonderful memberships from the Brewing Network to the AHA, Catherine sees your name. She calls me and says thank you so much. And we're a good team, and you've been doing great things getting membership rolling for the AHA.
We're doing great this year. We have membership is up over 16,000.
You're
right
kidding
now.
me. The AHA has over 16,000 members.
16,000 members.
And everybody
Where
here
are
is
they?
a member, right?
Almost everyone here is a member.
A round of applause for yourselves. All AHA club members here. I became a member, I'm going to be honest here, for the first time this year, and it was bought for me by somebody else. I'm that cheap. I'm that guy.
He is a kept DJ.
And I'm on a DJ salary. So, in fact, and it's really interesting. The listener who bought me the membership, he's from England. He can't even be a member of the American Homebrewers. We
Yes,
could
he
have the
can. We have
international.
international members.
He's from where?
He's from England.
Wow.
and he listens to the show all the time, and he says, listen, I'm sick of you talking about how great the AHA is, and you're not even a member. And he's kind of right. I do nothing but say you should be a member. And
Yeah, you do.
So now I am.
Well, we're glad to have you.
So, Catherine, you are basically in charge of making sure that we get new members so this thing can keep going.
That is a lot of what I do. I plan a lot of events. I do the AHA rallies, the pub discount program, membership sales in homebrew shops. I plan a lot of events just to make things a lot more fun for our members.
Okay.
So
a lot of this stuff is what you have to make sure is happening so that we keep signing
if
up.
you guys aren't having fun, then I'm not doing my job.
Yeah, I think everybody's having fun. They look like they're having fun. Yeah, a couple
Seems
raised
like it.
glasses.
Everybody having fun?
Seems like some people are having fun in here.
It looks like it. Okay, so one of the things I want to talk about, and I want to make sure we cover this because I do think that next year this whole shindig might just be in my neck of the woods. So I think I might be able to learn a thing or two from Jennifer and Rob here, who are the club organizers here. So tell me, is this really a massive undertaking for your club to put on an event like this?
That's such an understatement. You can't believe it.
It's more than a year of work, isn't it?
3 years in our case.
Really? So you guys have been just organizing this and making sure it goes right for 3 years now.
That's right.
You're going to sleep really well on Sunday night.
No, I won't get to sleep till Tuesday. I've got too much stuff to return to vendors and stuff. But from Tuesday night, I'm not getting up till I go to work on Friday.
I see. Wow. Good idea. So, I mean, what takes place? Do you help find this venue, and do you get the clubs in here? What do you do?
Well, it started with talking to the AHA, getting their information on hotel, what they needed from a hotel, how much space was required, things like that, talking to Gary Glass, the director of the AHA. And then we went through the Cincinnati Convention and Visitors Bureau. We could have contacted hotels directly, but by going through the CVB, they sent it out to all of their... Well, first, they weeded out the hotels that couldn't meet our requirements.
Okay.
They sent it out then to all the hotels that would meet that requirement, and they did the initial follow-up. So they were weeding out right away the hotels that was saying, we won't host an alcohol event.
Oh, right. That's got to be difficult.
Yeah.
In fact, we were thinking, I was talking about that. I was pretty drunk when I was doing it. That's why it was important to me. We were thinking about how really great this hotel seems to be. They're very...
The hotel's been amazing.
Aren't they? They're very hands-off. They seem to think we're responsible adults. And so I haven't seen a lot of...
The idiots.
I mean, let's face it. It got kind of crazy this week, but they're very hospitable to us.
The hotel has been phenomenal.
Yep,
Okay.
fantastic.
And I've been to a couple of these, and they've all been great. Don't get me wrong, but this, I do have to say, it's not only my favorite year so far. I've had a great time, but the hotel has been just better than I've ever seen. They've really left us alone.
Well, we've been in a great position here, and most of the time at the other hotels, they've been much bigger than this, and we've not been the only group there.
Okay.
And that meant we've had restrictions. Places you couldn't walk with beer, people you couldn't offend.
Yeah.
Places you couldn't moon people. And
that's just wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, there's a lot of people walking around here in kilts, and they're all proven that they're commando.
I got to admit, I wasn't even wearing pants all last night.
And you didn't have a kilt either.
No kilt, no pants, nothing. Michael saw me.
Wow.
He wishes he didn't.
That's funny.
The humanity.
Yeah, exactly. But really, everybody who's staying in this hotel is part of the conference, right?
In fact, this hotel is full. The hotel next door is owned by the same people who own this. that hotel is filled with our conferees.
Wow.
We've also filled the hotel across the street, and we're half full another block down.
Oh, no kidding. So really just a whole group of hotel. They had nothing else going on, apparently, to let us bunch of vagabonds in. But we did. Isn't it the first time that we've actually blocked an entire hotel resort ourselves without you were just saying we usually share with another.
We usually share, but I'm hesitant to say the first time.
Okay.
After all, this is the 30th, and
I
haven't been
we
around
had
for
so
this.
many people. There were some sleeping in the lobby last night.
That was me.
Yeah.
No, they just didn't make it to their room.
That's
all
right.
right?
Yeah. It was me and Mufasa, and we do have a room, but it was really far. It was a whole elevator ride away. But thanks for telling everybody, Catherine.
We don't call them elevators.
You don't?
Those are vertical tasting suites.
Yes, those are.
Oh, is that what I didn't know what that sign was. I am so
Couldn't figure
slow.
it out.
Well, I saw the sign and I said, oh, well, somewhere there's a vertical tasting going on. And there was 2 arrows, one up and one down, so I couldn't find the room. And I looked. I looked all over. I am so slow. I can't believe
How do you keep a DJ busy?
Put up a stupid sign. That's all it takes.
I'm going up and down, up and down.
It took a while.
The original intent was we were going to have kegs on the elevators for people, but that's the only place the hotel has drawn the line.
I see. That's a great idea. I like how you think. Just everywhere there should be kegs, and even on the elevator.
And there have been. There have been kegs everywhere.
Yeah.
General refreshment everywhere. Beer pouring during people's talks and everywhere. It's been fantastic.
Yeah. I remember my first year, we had to keep it confined to the rooms we were in, the hospitality suite or where we had club night. And
Right.
as soon as you got to the door, you had to, of course you didn't pour it out, you had to drink what was in your cup. And then you couldn't carry it around the hotel. But you're right, here, everywhere. First night I came in, and I knew it was going to be a good week. I came in on Wednesday night, and the whole lobby, there was about 8 kegs and just people sitting around drinking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was just like home.
It doesn't get better than
That's
that,
my kind of
really.
place.
I mean, come on.
It really
Right.
doesn't. Now, how about getting
Sounds like work to me.
See, for you, it's work.
Sorry.
What's it like getting all of these clubs organized? Because they're not all just from Ohio.
No, these guys are from all over. When I decided to sign up, I got in contact with Dottie Clapp, who did it last year in Denver.
Yep.
I had her email me all of her notes and asked her what she did to pull it all together, and got some ideas, and just waited for emails to come in, and then I figured as soon as I got clubs signed up, I would just figure out how to go from there.
Okay.
So I think I put together a list of what I knew Club Night was about. I've only been to Baltimore.
Okay.
So this is my second time. And that Club Night that night was a little different. It just seemed different.
It was really hot.
It was really hot. That's true. It was very, very hot. The room was unbelievably
What are we talking about
hot.
here, hot? I'm sorry, I missed that. No.
It was.
We just said you were hot. That's
Yeah. All I heard was 2 chicks talking about things that
Mufasa
are
was
hot.
really hot.
That's all I
But
heard.
really,
Thank you very much.
I think the communication that the clubs and myself had was it couldn't be anything other than email.
Okay.
So I think once the information got passed along,
Yeah.
if they had individual questions and we've never done it before, what do we do?
Yeah.
There's only a handful of clubs that this is their first time.
Okay.
I know, like for instance, Lager, CMI, some of the local. I recognize these guys.
Okay. So they've done it before. They kind of know the drill.
Or they know how to do it.
Okay.
And with the hotels, it's a little different. Maybe how the ice is going to get there, or however the hotels want to work it.
Yeah.
But really, it came together fantastically well. This is fantastic.
It is. All of these clubs are great.
I could not be more pleased.
How
with-
many?
I have. There are 42 clubs represented here tonight.
42 clubs.
42
Round of
clubs.
applause to the 42 clubs that are here, and they. I'm glad that we can broadcast this to the people who weren't able to be here, but I do want to say you are missing out on a whole bunch by not being here, just to see what they've set up.
I will tell you something, too. When I originally received the floor plan and I had 30 tables, I thought, wow, 30 clubs are going to sign up? That's perfect, because
Yeah.
Dottie's plan said that there was 27. And I'm like, great, if I got 30, that'd be great. Well, then I don't think I read it close enough, and I think we were having a board meeting one time, Rob, and you're like, oh, it cuts off at 30. And I said, oh, that's great, because I've got 35 signed up. And I was so proud of myself. I had
Yeah.
all these clubs signed up. Well, I decided not to shut it off and just to see what was going to happen.
Let it go.
Let it go. And what I ended up doing was having to send out an email to all the clubs saying, this is the response that I've received from all these clubs that want to come participate. I need you to help me make room for everybody.
Oh, and
And I've got clubs here. When you walk around and you see...
They're crammed.
Yes.
Like over there,
crammed.
it's actually Ass Mecca because Ass and Mecca had to share the same space.
Over there is THC shit.
That's fantastic. So they were
What do
willing
you
to
want?
cram in. I want Ass Mecca. That's what I
That
want.
sounds like a really nice club to go to.
Yes.
I'm going to Ass Mecca.
No, I'm going to THC shit.
To each is their own.
Can you
Well,
say
and
that
I
on the
think-
radio?
Yes. On this one.
Yep. I do think that the camaraderie that has been evident throughout this entire week into
Yeah.
the weekend now, and especially what Jim said yesterday in the opening toast, and just home brewers and the sportsmanship, and that we all appreciate, we all have the same hobbies.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
Seriously, when I saw these clubs come together and offer their space, and they were willing to do whatever it took so that everybody can be involved.
Yeah.
I just thought there's really nothing else that I'm going to need to do other than come in, tell them where they need to go,
And then drink.
troubleshoot for a while, and
Let's
that's
face it.
exactly what happened. It was fantastic. And drink. And drink.
Yeah. Well, you have done a wonderful job. It's beautiful in here. It's really a beautiful sight, everyone coming together. So you're absolutely right. I'm glad you've pointed out the camaraderie because it's really kind of the theme
That's what it's
this
all
week,
about.
I think.
That's
So
what it's all about.
thank you from me and my listeners, and I think from everybody here, thanks for doing what you both did, Jennifer. It's just amazing.
Can I propose a toast?
You may propose a toast. Let's do that.
Everybody out there?
I think everyone's got glasses in their hands.
If you don't have a beer, please get one poured.
What? Go ahead.
I would like to propose a toast to Senecagophobia.
Fear of an empty keg, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that does not happen.
Cheers.
Okay. And then, just real quick, I got to get to a break so we can do some Beer Jeopardy and let more beer get to the giving away stuff. But Mufasa, I wanted to ask quickly, what does a professional brewer, a company like BJ's, why are you involved in something like this? Because we're home brewers.
Oh, are you kidding?
Let us know.
Look at all those wonderful beer geeks out there. I mean, this is...
We're not all
We're all
geeks.
beer geeks. And I use the term affectionately.
Of course.
All right? I'm a beer geek. They're beer geeks. We support each other. The industry started from home brewers, really. As far as the craft and brew pub industry
Were you a
is
home brewer?
concerned. I was a home brewer, but long before you could have home brew clubs.
I see. Okay.
And so I made a lot of really bad beer.
You and me both.
Yeah. But then Dan Gordon came along, and I trained under him for 5 years, and I was able to, get out there and start doing my own thing. And I got to tell you, it's the edge that these guys give to the brewing industry that we're all about.
Yeah.
And so it's really this event.
All right.
Thank you all.
Very nice. Cheers. All right, and Michael is going to be on. You're going to be on the Brewing Network. We're hoping for August. I think we said
And
we're
I'll
going
be
to
out
try.
there in August. San Francisco is home sweet home for me.
That's right. You have family there.
That's where my family is. My mother's there. She'll be 91 this year. And
Okay.
my brother, my niece, nephew, and my godsons.
Wow, the whole family.
The whole family, yes. So
Bring them all over, Mufasa. We'll
I think
serve
that
them
might
beer.
be a good idea.
Yeah, why not? We'll have a barbecue.
I like that.
Me too.
I like the way he thinks.
All right, so we'll be talking to Michael Ferguson on the program from BJ's, of course. And thanks, you did a lecture here. Don't say what it is. You're part of our Beer Jeopardy tonight.
Say that again.
You're part of our Beer Jeopardy game tonight. So
Am I really?
Yeah, I don't want to give it away just yet, but pay
That
attention
works
to
for
your
me.
NHC trivia if you're going to play Beer Jeopardy coming up.
Yes,
Jennifer,
indeed.
you have one more thing you want to say?
I do. If I could have a little free advertising. The Bloatarians run a competition every August. This year it'll be August 16th. It's Beer and Sweat, and you see some of us wearing Beer and Sweat t-shirts. It's
Yeah.
the largest keg-only competition in the world that we know of.
Okay.
Last year we had 256 kegs, and we all compete and we all have a good time. It'll be online soon. I just wanted to get some free advertising in.
Give the website.
Rob, it's beerandsweat.org.
Okay.
Beerandsweat.org.
There you go.
And also, I just want to say, hi, Dad, I love you.
I love you too, Dad. Beerandsweat.org, the largest keg competition in the world, so we know. Okay, I got Beer Jeopardy coming up soon, and maybe a couple other guests, so hang in there. We got some prizes to give away. This is the More Flavor Session, live from Cincinnati at the 2008 National Homebrewers Conference. Is there anybody here? I'm not sure that there's anybody in the room. Is this the club night?
I don't know. That didn't sound good enough to me.
Didn't sound good at all.
I don't think this is club night. Is this club night?
Oh, yeah.
No. Is this club night?
Yeah, baby.
We'll be right back. It's The Session.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. On the Brewing Network.
What have you gotten out of a vial of White Labs yeast?
WLP 001, Cal Ale, baby. 23, Burton Ale. 008, East Coast Ale.
Cal Common, WLP 810.
It's gonna be WLP 400 with beer.
I got a sweet hoodie for my vial.
Huh?
White Labs, your source for great brewer's yeast, would like to invite all homebrewers to join the White Labs Customer Club. Redeem your empty vials for great White Labs merchandise and products. Free yeast, glassware, t-shirts, baseball caps, sweatshirts, polo shirts, and you won't believe what you'll get for 5,000 vials. Members also receive a newsletter packed with White Labs updates and facts, interviews with professional brewers, brew your own clone recipes, beercook.com recipes, and customer club stories. The White Labs Customer Club. Save your vials and get in the club. White Labs. It's all in the vial.
Oh, crap. It's the hop shortage.
No, not the organic free-range Oyster Russian Imperial Coffee Stout.
It's all gone. We'll never brew again.
Damn this hop shortage. Damn it to hell.
Oi! Away off your wee hop shortage.
Who are you?
A Scottish 80 shilling, and you cannot brew a Scottish 80 shilling like you was mixing cement with hops instead of gravel, you great ass.
Use less hops, brew more beer. Northern Brewer has kits and ingredients for dozens of worldwide beer styles that don't require a lot of hops to make a great pint, like the bloodthirsty and abusive Scottish 80 shilling. Keep drinking great beer. Order at northernbrewer.com and get flat rate $7.99 shipping anywhere in the contiguous U.S. One beer kit, $7.99 shipping. 1 million beer kits, $7.99 shipping.
Together we can beat this hop shortage.
My lambic.
It'll only help it.
Wait till you can pour it out of your own kegerator.
I mean, your friends will look at you with awe.
And it's just hot.
It is?
It's so super hot.
The home of live beer radio. TheBrewingNetwork.com. Because like beer, radio shouldn't suck. You're listening to The Session. Listening to the Brewing Network. Because like beer, radio shouldn't suck.
All right, welcome back to The Session, live from NHC 2008 in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's club night. It's More Beer's club night, and we're here bringing you the show the best that we can. You're not getting the full effect, I have to admit. I think Mufasa would agree. You really got to be here next year, I think, if you're only listening to this.
Absolutely.
Now, the other thing I wanted to point out, and JP, I'm sure you can help me with this.
I'll do whatever you want.
I'm really jealous of Mufasa's radio voice. Do you hear this thing?
Good. Look how far away he is from the mic, and you and I are like blowing these things, and he's like, hello!
For those of you who don't, let me give you a picture.
Yeah.
Mufasa's actually in the other room.
Right.
I've got his microphone set up next to me.
That's how far away he is.
And he's over in the hospitality suite.
Well, I can't even get my voice
You
that
can't
low.
do it.
No.
Listen to you. You were in radio once, weren't you?
A long time ago in a city far, far away. I was on the Berkeley station.
Oh, really?
Yes.
KPFA?
The Cal X.
Cal X, yeah.
Cal X, yeah.
And then
Cal
after
Radio.
that, I was on an NBC affiliate in North Carolina while with IBM. WRQR, Raleigh, North Carolina.
The smooth, velvety sounds of Mufasa.
I'm quitting. I'm going to quit. Mufasa's going to host the show from now on. He's good, man.
Well, it just shows you that's a good end to beer is through radio.
There's no doubt about it.
That's true. Well, we do have a lot of things to do. I want to mention really quick that More Beer is having a raffle going on right here. You can still buy your raffle tickets. What are we giving away, JP?
We are giving away, we have a bunch of stuff to give away. We have shirts and, swag in general. I think we have some Sam Adams stuff to give away.
Okay.
We have, I don't know, I think the grand prize is a mini CO2 regulator.
Oh, great.
Like Tasty has.
So you can just take your keg with you wherever. You don't have to bring a canister.
It's a 68-gram cartridge.
Okay.
And it's not like the Trigger ones where it's kind of arbitrary.
Right.
It's an actual mini regulator.
So you can dial it right in.
It's $150.
Beautiful. All right, that's grand prize. So get your raffle tickets. How much are they?
Free.
Free.
Yeah.
Get your raffle tickets right here.
Brewers Code, 1 entry per person.
Okay, one entry.
But they are free. So
all right.
and we will sell your names to whoever we want. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
We won't.
Yeah. All right, we are getting ready for Beer Jeopardy, but first, Mufasa, I had to bring you back not just because of your golden voice, but someone had a question for you. One of our listeners wanted me to ask you, and
all right.
I'm really I hope you don't punch me in the face, because I don't. Sometimes I get questions from listeners. I don't know what's going to happen.
But was it you wearing the miniskirt on the corner last night?
He wanted me to ask you.
It's called a kilt.
And it was a cul-de-sac.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Is it true about the estrogen in hops leading to man boobs? And what is this about?
Listen to that voice.
Yeah. Estrogen in hops leading to man boobs? I'm glad he's laughing. I was really nervous I was going to get punched.
You're going to get a knife chop to the throat.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think they're...
What is that about? What are they asking?
I think they're referring to the... to one of the talks that I've had, and it was...
Were you talking about estrogen in hops?
I was talking about the high plant estrogen in hops, and that they use it in a product they actually call Estroven.
I see.
And the hops is not only used for brewing, but it is used to harvest plant estrogen. And yes, one of the theories is that the man boobs, and I see a few out there, you know who you are. All right?
My eyes are up here.
You see?
My eyes are up here, okay? Not down here. They're up here.
Yes, I too have them, and I believe that one of the sources is the plant estrogen in the hops.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, I do.
See, I'm a hoppy beer fan. I might have to drink more.
Yeah. I don't want to try to prove or disprove that theory. It's like, oh well.
Well, I got these beads because I showed my man boobs.
Did you?
Yes, I'm sorry.
See, I got to say, I like about Mufasa, he's not one of these pro brewers who, sometimes when you sell beer, you do it for a living, you got an image to keep up.
Yep.
He's been raging with us the whole time.
That's his image.
I showed up at some room in this hotel, the presidential suite or something last night.
Yeah.
It's way late, way too late for any of us to be up.
Yeah.
And who's hanging out chugging beers with me?
Yeah.
Mufasa.
Oh, attaboy.
That was my evil twin.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Apparently his boss is listening. I was working, sir.
Oh, there go the camo guys, the militia guys.
Isn't that the match?
See? I'm telling you, this could end up being a war, JP.
That's McGruffus Club.
One of our great listeners, McGruffus.
Well, you got the KGB on one side and the FBI on the other. You know? I mean, I thought the Cold War was over.
Just go together. Let's hug it out in front. Can we hug it out?
Once again, don't forget to sign your raffle tickets over here. Mufasa, Michael Ferguson, thank you for doing the show with us tonight.
And I'll see you in August.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you out in our neck of the woods.
Yes, indeed.
All right,
That's
you
also
bring the
my
beer.
neck of the woods.
I'll do the barbecue if you bring the beer.
I'll do that.
All right, done.
All right.
Mufasa's coming out. All right, from BJ's, of course. We'll get that on the Brewing Network. BrewingNetwork.com if you never heard of us before, and that's where this beer radio goes on. We're about to do Beer Jeopardy, JP.
Oh.
Yeah. It's one of our favorites, mostly because we haven't invented a new game in 3 years.
Right. Well, it's the classics, man.
Do we have 3 contestants? Chat, the producer. All right. So let's get my contestants in here, and we're going to play Beer Jeopardy. Also, we're going to set up the Beer Jeopardy board, and I think we have a lovely Beer Jeopardy assistant.
We have Ivana?
To help us work the Beer Jeopardy board.
Who is it?
If you've never played Beer Jeopardy before, you're going to want to pay close attention. It's real easy. You don't have to be a genius like Drew Beecham when he does Beer Jeopardy. Is Drew here? I know he's in this room somewhere. Drew Beecham, come over here for a second if you're around. Drew did a show with us once, and he won the Real Jeopardy. He's that nerdy. He was on a Real Jeopardy once, and he won an episode. All right, so I got our contestants here. Producer Shat, round of applause for that man. He's helping us out with the Beer Jeopardy board right there. And now that you've cheered for him, tell him he's a douche or something, because you don't want him to get a big head. All right. Who do I have to my right here? Let's introduce ourselves and get this going.
John Little, Rocket City Brewers.
All right, John.
That's my call.
It's not a Rocket City Brewers thing. It's just you.
No, I just made it up. That's my call.
I just made it up right now. So that's going to be your buzzer?
Yeah.
Okay, when John buzzes in, that's what you'll hear. All right. And then next to John, who do we have right there?
Someone terrified trying to think what my call is.
You can't think of it, can you?
Hi, I'm Crispy Fry. I'm the newly elected governing committee chairperson and proud member of Ford and Ann Arbor Brewers Guild.
Crispy, I am happy to have you on the show. I know you. I've met you a couple of times. I'm a fan of your work, sir.
Oh, thank you.
So glad to have you on the program.
Cheers.
All right, and then next to Crispy, and I want to point out wearing a Brewing Network Army T-shirt, so he's rocking the uniform.
BN for life.
I like to see it. Who are we talking to?
Viper Piper from Baltimore.
All right, Viper Piper. Crispy, what was your buzz in? Did you give us a buzz? Just a straight All right, Viper, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go with beer.
Good old beer. So you're going to shout beer, and then we got and then what's, John? I'm just going to have you buzz in at random even when there's not questions. Shat, do we have a lovely Vanna to help us with the board? Let's find somebody. We need, you have to be good looking and female.
I see her right in front of me. She's a vision.
Pretty much means you just have to be female. I see two beautiful ladies right here, if they wouldn't mind, just anybody. We just don't want to look at big fat Shat moving those things around. We got to get somebody else in there. All right. And what's your name?
It's not
Carrie?
She's from Alabama.
Carrie from Alabama. Do you have an accent?
All right.
Can you come here for a second?
So y'all.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Huntsville, Alabama.
I tried. I just wanted to hear a little bit of it.
That is not a southern accent at all.
Not. All right, Carrie, thank you for helping us out. It's real simple. All you have to do is when we call out the category, pull off the number that they choose. Have the three of you heard Beer Jeopardy before?
Yes.
No, I'm new.
You're new, Fry. All right. Here's the deal. You don't lose any points for guessing, so don't be afraid to jump right in there. Yeah. Right.
Beer.
Good. Everybody's ready. I'm glad you guys are pumped. You don't lose anything for guessing, so go ahead and do it. Basically, at the end, we have a winner and we have two losers. So whoever has the most points wins. Don't get a tie because I don't have any extra questions. So one of you's got a clean house here. All right? Shat, I'm going to need you to keep score as always. So I can give you a pen, but I can't give you any paper. You're on your own for that. A lot of good beer and food going around the room here. I think everyone's enjoying it. Are you folks ready?
Ready.
Beer Jeopardy from the 2008 NHC in Cincinnati. Your categories are Quaffable Quotes, NHC for You and Me, Movie Beer, and I'm a Beer Geek. All right? You can choose any one you want, and you don't have to start with 100. If you want to go for the 400-point question, you can go right for it. Some of these categories will be a piece of cake. Some of them are ridiculously difficult. You will find out which they are. Drew Beecham is going to stand behind you as a real Jeopardy contestant, the brainiest Jeopardy man I've ever met. Let's face it, he's a nerd. He's helping. So I'll tell you what, I'll give each of you a lifeline. If you buzz in once and you don't know the answer, I'll let Drew answer it for each one of you one time. Use your Drew wisely because you only get him once. All right? John Little, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, just because you have a badass buzzer, John, you have control of the board. Go ahead.
Quiffable quotes for 100.
All right, 100 points, quaffable quotes.
Quiffable.
Your question is, who said this? It only takes one drink to get me loaded. Trouble is, I can't remember whether it's the 13th or the 14th. Only takes one drink to get me loaded. Buzz in anytime. Trouble is... He's a Doc fan, I can tell. All right, John, what's the answer? Who said it?
Bub.
Bub did not say it. Still open to the rest of you. It only takes one drink to get me loaded. Trouble is, I can't remember whether it's the 13th or the 14th. Go ahead, Crispy.
Who's Lindsay Lohan?
God damn it, I wish that was correct. But it's not. Viper Piper, you want to give it a try? It's a free shot.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I'll give you a hint. It's an old guy. He was an old guy.
Winston Churchill.
Not Winston Churchill. Does anybody know the answer
W.C.
to the quote?
Fields.
Yeah, a couple people. What do we have here? No. Getting a lot of answers. All wrong answers. No, it wasn't Michael Jackson. A lot of people saying Michael Jackson. It was George Burns, everybody. Yeah. Apparently he was a drinker.
That was a 100-point question.
I told you, some of them are ridiculously difficult. You're not listening to me, John. I gave you a warning.
Okay.
All right, there's no score. You guys are all still in it. And, John, you still have control of the board, brother.
NHC for you and me for 100.
100 points. NHC for you and me. Your question is, where was the NHC that the Brewing Network first appeared?
Ooh.
Ooh. I don't know. That was a close tie between the two of you. I'm going to say that my man Viper actually said beer just before you clicked. Go ahead, Viper.
Denver?
No, that answer is wrong. Do you want to try, John Little?
Baltimore.
It was not Baltimore,
Orlando.
although
Florida.
it was Florida. Technically, John Plissé was at Baltimore, but the Brewing Network wasn't there. I'm going to give it to Florida. That's Crispy. Crispy. That's 100 points for Crispy, and you have control of the board, sir.
All right. We'll just keep it going with NHC for you and me. 200, please.
All right, NHC for you and me, 200 points. What pro brewer taught us how to make beers we want in this crazy hop market yesterday? Go ahead, Crispy.
Who is Michael Ferguson?
200 points for you. It was Michael Ferguson. He gave us the how are we going to do hop substitution talk. And it was a good talk, by the way. I recorded it, so we'll hopefully get some more of that later. Crispy, you still have control of the board, sir.
All right, we're smoking on that one. We'll go for 300 NHC.
All right, 300 points. Get ready, buzzers. Who? John, you want to try?
I thought we were just testing.
All right, I'll let you go. Who was last year's Ninkasi winner? Oh, Crispy chimed in quick. Go ahead, Crispy.
I believe that was Jamil Zainachev.
Mr. Jamil Zainachev, our own Jamil. You can listen to the Jamil Show right here on the Brewing Network. Crispy is starting to clean up. That's 300 points for him. Plus, he got the last 200-point question right and still has control of the board.
And we'll finish the category for 400.
Okay. Who was the official sponsor of Pro Brewers Night last night? I'm going to give that to John. Go ahead.
Samuel Adams. Boston Beer
Samuel Adams was the official beer sponsor. And actually, there were several beer sponsors, but there was one official sponsor. They stood alone in a sea of sponsors. Go ahead. Viper?
White Labs?
White Labs Yeast Company. That's right. They were the official sponsor. And that's 400 points from my man Viper Piper, and that gives him control of the board.
Let's go quaffable quotes for 200.
Quaffable quotes for 200 points. You're doing a lovely job, Vanna. I've never seen a better Vanna than
Have you ever
wonderful.
had anybody get a zero?
200 points. Who said this? Work is the curse of the drinking class. Crispy.
W.C. Fields.
No. But it is a writer. Work is the curse of the drinking class.
Beer.
Go ahead, Viper.
Mark Twain.
It was not Mark Twain. You guys are close, though. The curse of the drinking class. John Little, you want to give it a shot?
Emily Dickinson.
It was not Emily Dickinson. Does anybody here know? It wasn't Chat's mom, no. Anybody know? I just heard it from somebody. Don't forget that you guys have a Drew lifeline. He's right. It was Oscar Wilde. I told you, the man knows everything. All right, Viper. Was it Viper? That was Crispy, wasn't it? Who had control? Viper. Go for it.
Let's go movie beer for 100.
100 points. Name the movie that this line was set in. This is grain which any fool can eat, but for which the Lord intended a more divine means of consumption. Let us give praise to our Maker and glory to his bounty by learning about beer. Remember that you have a lifeline if you need it. Go ahead, Crispy.
Help.
You're going to use your Drew.
What is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Absolutely right. That was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. 100 points for Crispy via his Drew Lifeline. You two.
I believe that was a 200-pointer.
Oh, was it? No, it was 100
Oh, I
points.
thought it was a quaff. It's
No.
a movie. Sorry.
100. Thanks. See, Vanna knows she is on it. But you do have control of the board, Crispy.
And I've used up my Drew, right?
You've used your Drew.
Okay, we're going
But
to go.
John and Viper still have a Drew.
All right. Quaffable quotes for 300.
Going straight to the... we've already used 1 and 2. That's why. Here we go. 300 points. Who said this? The problem with the world is that everyone's a few drinks behind. The problem with the world is that everyone's a few drinks behind. Go ahead, Crispy.
I'm just going to keep saying Winston Churchill.
It was not Winston Churchill. I'll give a hint, just because I can. It's my show. Why not? He was a very, very, very famous actor. You would have seen him in black and white films. The problem with the world is that everyone's a few drinks behind. John Little.
Cary Grant.
It was not Cary Grant. You want to give it a go, Viper? You both still have a Drew, don't forget, but use it wisely.
Drew doesn't know it.
I'm going to call my Drew on this.
You're going to use your Drew? For 300 points, Drew Beecham, who said, the problem with the world is that everyone is a few drinks behind.
Who is Humphrey Bogart?
It was Humphrey Bogart.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Pull that one out of your head.
I told you, man, that's the Drew for you right there. So that was 300 points for Viper right there. How we doing? We now have a tie between Crispy and Viper.
Let's go.
John Little,
I'm at 0.
you're not even on the board.
Oh, God.
But I'm going to give you control of the board right now. Again,
All right,
because
all
I can.
Drew.
John Little,
Help me out.
and you still have your Drew, but maybe you
I know.
want to pick a 400 point.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm a beer geek for 400.
He
and
knew
I'm using my Drew.
Okay. He knew he wanted to
Blind
pick the
Drew.
Beer Geek one. All right, so
He's going blind Drew.
it's going blind Drew, and guess what? Just for the hell of it, this is the daily double. So if Drew gets it right, it's 800 points for John Little.
Oh, yeah, I love this commercial.
Okay. I'm a beer geek for 400 points. John Little, you picked a good one to get your Drew on.
All right.
Here we go. The Egyptians believed that the god of agriculture, Osiris, taught humans how to do what? The Egyptians believed that the god of agriculture, Osiris, taught humans how to do what? He's mulling it over with John. They're having a powwow. Would you like to phone a friend? We could do a 50-50. We could ask the audience.
Well, you were saying, what did Osiris teach the Egyptians how to do?
You see, this is the problem with having Drew. He overthinks everything, and it's like 8 minutes of silent radio. Drew, you think you know it?
All right.
Are you? All right, John Little's got his answer from Drew. What did Osiris teach humans to do?
Brew beer.
Yeah, he taught him to make beer. That's absolutely right.
Shock!
Drew Beecham.
So I am in the lead.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
Too bad you didn't win that second episode of Jeopardy, Drew. You're so close.
I'm in the lead.
He is now in the lead with 800 points and control of the board, but it's a very close game, gentlemen. You're only down 100. John Little, go ahead.
I'm a beer geek for 300.
All right, 300 points. I'm a beer geek. In what year was a method for lining tin cans with vinyl plastic developed for the use in canning beers? I'll give you guys a hint because it's pretty tough. It is in the 1930s. What year was it done?
Beer.
Go ahead, Viper.
1936.
No, sir. That's a tough one, guys. I know. All right, go ahead, Chris.
It's a 1 in 9 guess.
Yeah.
1934.
No. But, man, you guys are close. Go ahead, John Little.
1935.
Oh, shit, it's 1935. Right. John Little.
That was all tactic.
Look at you. You were hustling these guys.
Tactic. I know.
You were playing coy dog at the beginning.
Absolutely.
You have control of the board, my friend.
I do at the pool halls, too.
Yeah.
I am a beer geek for 200.
All right, 200 points. I'm drinking some good homebrew right now. I don't know who brought it to me, but it's very nice. What is... I got to figure out how to say this word, guys. A labiorphilist. What is a labiorphilist? What is he a collector of? What does a labiorphilist collect for 200 points? A labiorphilist. Crispy.
Take a guess. Herbs?
He does not collect herbs. A labiorphilist? Labiorphilist?
Don't go there.
However it's pronounced. What do you think, Drew? Is it labior or labior? Think of the Latin. It's labior, right? That would be the Latin root. What does a labiorphilist collect? John Little.
It's a hop collector.
It is not a hop collector. Viper, you want to give it a go?
Beer steins?
Ooh. All right, I'm going to let the crowd decide. A labiorphilist actually collects beer bottles. Should I give it to Viper for beer steins? Either thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs up if I give it to him.
JP's got his thumbs up, so that means
All right, we're going to
yes.
have to do this by applause, actually. I can't count. All right, so loud applause if he should... If yes, that's correct. Okay, all right. Loud applause if no, that is not correct. Ooh, they said no, Viper. They shut you down, man.
It's bullshit.
It is bullshit. I'll tell you what, I will give you control of the board, though, so go ahead.
Let's go with movie beer for 200.
Movie beer for 200 points. Name the movie. You guys should be able to get this quick. This is going to be a buzzer beater right here. All right, 200 points. Here's the quote. Hey, we found a dead mouse in our beer, eh? That means you owe us a free case. Hey, we found a dead mouse in our beer, eh? That means you owe us a free case. You guys, I know everyone in the crowd is chomping at the bit to yell this out. Somebody buzz in. Who's down the most points? Who's down the most right now? Tie for second place.
I know the character. I just can't come up with the name of the movie.
All right, if you know the character, I'll give it to you.
Well, isn't the one with the Daryl and the other brother Daryl? Am I getting close? The Second City? I can't read lips.
All right, there's not a lot of really good beer movies, and there's even less that have one of the words for brewing in it. I am really disappointed in you, gentlemen.
I'm disappointed in myself.
All right. We got something to give away, right? Let's give something away. Somebody knows. This guy, hand up went first in the back. Yeah, come forward. You're pointing at me right now. Come here. You know it. We got a prize for you if you know who said the quote. Or no, give me the movie. That's fine. Strange Brew. That's right. What's your name? Dan? Barry. Right on, brother. Strange Brew. You three should be ashamed of yourself not knowing the Strange Brew quote.
Humiliated.
15,000 points from a man in the audience, plus that bucket that he just got. A nice bucket you gave him. Is that a Sam Adams bucket? Nice.
Yes, it is.
All right. Viper, you still have control of the board.
Movie beer 300.
All right, movie beer for 300 points. Name the movie. I'll tell you where. Someplace warm. A place where the beer flows like wine.
Beer.
Go ahead.
Dumb and Dumber.
That's right. It was Lloyd in Dumb and Dumber, and he was talking about, of course, beautiful Aspen. 300 points for Viper, and you still have control of the board.
Let's go with I'm a Beer Geek for 100.
All right. I'm a Beer Geek. 100 points. It's going to finish the category. During the Middle Ages, when monks were brewing beer at the monasteries, how many quarts of beer per day were the monks allowed to drink? Go ahead, John Little.
3.
It is not 3. How many quarts per day were they allowed to drink? Go ahead, Crispy.
Well, was it 2?
It was not 2.
I would have to say 4.
Oh, so close, guys. Anybody? My man, I just saw it raised up right there from Brooklyn. It was 5. You were allowed to have 5 quarts if you were a monk, and you were a happy little monk, let's face it. All right. I do believe there are only 2 questions left, and Viper, you still have control of the board.
Movie beer for 400.
All right. Tell me the movie. God, I'd give anything for a drink. I'd give my goddamn soul for just a glass of beer. I'll try it again. I can't do a good impression of this actor, even though he's one of my favorites. God, I'd give anything for a drink. I'd give my goddamn soul for just a glass of beer. John Little.
Wedding Crashers.
It was not the Wedding Crashers. It was much older, and it was a horror flick. And it was Jack Nicklaus. I think it was Jack Nicklaus who said it.
The Shining?
It was The Shining. 400 points for Viper.
Oh, you had to have a hint.
400 points for Viper, and Crispy has control of the board to try to... Can he still catch up? Can Crispy catch up, Shat? Oh, he's out?
It's all right, but for pride, I'll go Quaffable Quotes 400.
All right. Here we go. The last quote. This will declare our winner. Who said, always do sober what you said you'd do drunk? That will teach you to keep your mouth shut. Always do... Go ahead, Chris.
Is that Mark Twain?
It was not Mark Twain. Always do sober what you said you'd do drunk. That'll teach you to keep your mouth shut. John Little.
Albert Einstein.
It was not Albert Einstein. Viper can win this right here, right? Has he won it already? All right. You don't know the answer anyway, do you?
I'm going to go with JP.
JP did not say it. For a prize, we got something to give away. You know, he was coming at me first. Who did you say? It was Ernest Hemingway. Absolutely right. Give my man a prize right here. And 30,000 points for you. You just beat Overall Man right there. So, good work. Shat, the producer. Who's our winner?
Viper Piper.
Viper Piper, the man in the BN Army shirt. Very nice. It was fixed. No, you did a good job. All right, everybody. That was a good game of Beer Jeopardy. Thank you guys for playing.
Cheers. Thank you.
I hope you had a good time. Crispy, strong showing there for a little while. John Little, you almost had it.
I think there was some cheating.
You think there was cheating involved?
Cheating.
All right, you should probably send a letter to Shat and see if he can look into the cheating. We'll take care of that.
Good fun. Thanks much.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and wrap things up. Then we're just going to go drink and have fun. Don't forget, there's raffle tickets over here. Thanks to More Beer for putting this event on for you. They're the sponsors of Club Night. We'll be right back. Hang in there.
On the Brewing Network. Tasty. Eco-Freight can. Eco-Freight. Nico Freight. Hi, I'm Sean O'Sullivan, the brewmaster and co-founder of the 21st Amendment Brewery and Restaurant in San Francisco. Crack open a cold 21A in San Francisco. Crack 21A. Crack 21A. IPA in cans. Crack longer in San Francisco. Longer, pressure. Packaged longer. Pressure, longer. In San Francisco. Brewmaster in San Francisco. Well, that's right, cans. Tasty packaged. Local neighborhood brew pub. Hi. What? Masters.
If you're just starting, don't be discouraged by all this stuff. It's so easy. Just throw it together. Put some sugar and some water and some yeast in there. Yeah. Beer.
Network. Keeping the ass out of Brewcast. This is the Brewing Network.
Wow. Welcome back, everybody. This is our last segment. We're going to wrap things up so that we can go have a little bit of fun here. But we're live still from Cincinnati, Ohio. We're at the 2008 National Homebrewers Conference. And it's club night. It's More Flavors Club night. Guys are doing a great job putting on a party here, and so are all the clubs. And I'm really excited. I'm always really happy to have. I feel blessed that this gentleman sits down with us, especially with our potty humor, JP.
That's true.
Charlie Papazian is sitting next to me right now.
He can rise above it.
Yeah.
Am I online here?
There you go. Hi, Charlie.
How you doing?
Hey, thanks for being back on the program.
I'm just beginning to enjoy it. How long can I be on the program?
As long as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
I go over and say, Charlie, don't worry. I'm going to do this quick for you. And he said, well, don't worry about it.
Well, you said just earlier that you were toiling away. You don't have as many beers as these guys out here that have been having. So you better get your butt in gear and get out there and have a few beers.
I think you're right. That's why I'm trying to get out of here.
You just got served by Charlie Papazian.
He did get served.
Yeah.
Charlie introduced our keynote speaker this year, Jim Cook, today, and did a nice job. And I liked your stories because I've read your book. The
Microbrewed Adventures, yeah.
Yes, and you were telling the story about Jim Cook going and finding his grandfather's brewery.
Yeah, it's amazing. In 1984, and that was the first time I'd ever met him. And he and his father were looking for the site in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And all they knew that it was in the smokestacks of the Anheuser-Busch Brewery were in line down the street. That's all the clue they had.
So they just had to wander until they had the right sight line.
Yeah, and we found some wooden bricks in this old vacant lot, and they were covered in brewer's pitch.
Really?
And they were preserved for, God knows, 100 years in this vacant lot, and we took a few bricks, and Jim and his father got a chisel and a sledgehammer out and chipped away a few little remaining.
What's funny, too,
wall.
is that you have a picture of that in the book.
Yeah, I do.
I only read books with pictures, Charlie, and that's why I got yours.
And cartoons, right?
Yes, and cartoons.
Yeah. Little balloons over the people that are talking.
Yeah.
Look at Charlie, think of things to say.
Yeah. But the picture is interesting to me because it's a younger, not that any of you are not young, but it's a younger Jim Cook and a younger Charlie Papazian, wandering around in what kind of looks like the ghetto, JP. You're a little worried for them. You don't know what's going to happen.
Well, you don't see their switchblades in the back of their pants.
They were packing.
Yeah, the bazookas are off camera.
Well, Jim Bush. Whoa, he told me if I ever said that. Jim Cook said that his Anheuser-Busch truck parking lot now is where the brewery was. So,
right. Which is so weirdly ironic, isn't it? That they're parking there.
Jim Bush, don't ever tell him I said that.
I won't. I promise. And neither will any of our listeners, Charlie. I promise that too. Well, what mainly I wanted to talk to you because you started this whole thing, of course, and everyone knows that. You're no stranger to our listeners, Charlie, but I did want to mention this is the 30th National Homebrewers Conference.
That's right.
Yes, 30 years.
And have you never missed a conference, Charlie?
I have never missed a conference. I've been to every one of them, including the first one. So, in a word, wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's some record.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to work for 30 days without calling in sick.
Well, there's one other guy here from Boulder named Jim Homer, and he's been to 29. He missed the first one. Yeah, he missed the very first one, but he is... He's been on the journey as well as I have, and he makes everyone. He's around here somewhere.
Okay, that's impressive, too.
Where you should be right now. Probably having a beer.
Having a beer, you're right. All right, and so it's been going on for 30 years, and then, of course, I have to ask, because you're a guy who's seen it, the amount of people here and the success of it this year. I mean, what do you think about that? And did you ever imagine, 30 years ago that you'd be, well, not only sitting here with us jerks, but this room full of amazing people?
Well, the only way I could have imagined, I probably did imagine it, was when I was drinking too much of my own homebrew. That's the only way you can imagine something like this 30 years ago.
25 years ago, I saw you riding an elephant.
That's right, 1985, I think that was. I came in the homebrewers conference riding an elephant with a chicken and I was wearing a tuxedo at the same time.
Yeah, of course. And there was a
And
purple
we were
tuxedo.
waiting in the wings of the hotel while the elephant was pooping before we made our entrance.
Got to do your business.
JP, you just got served.
I did.
Yeah. Well, I wanted you to end the show with us. I thought it was appropriate. We do have to go get some drinking done, but it's appropriate because of all the thank yous that we've given this week. Of course, we can thank Charlie for dreaming up the whole thing in the beginning.
For sure.
And I always like
For
to take
sure.
the opportunity to do that. So,
Well, they say that sometimes good things can come of dreaming, especially when you've been drinking too much homebrew.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
And to me, that's good news because I spend a lot of time doing just that, and I have a lot of dreams, Charlie. So for you to say that to me, I feel like I can keep doing it.
Yeah, and then after my drinking, I put all my dreams into my empty homebrew bottles, and I keep them on the shelf.
I recap them.
Yeah.
Is there anything particularly notable about this year? I mean, I would start to... Do they all meld together, or is every year just a new thing for you?
Well, there's a certain element that melts together over the years. I mean, the spirit that was there in the very first one is the spirit that's out here tonight. Knowing that Charlie doesn't have to brew his own homebrew and just taste his own homebrew. Charlie can drink other people's beer.
Yeah.
And that was the whole point of what I did. Was I knew I'd get tired just drinking my own beer, so I just kind of started helping people make their own beer. Now there's millions, and now I don't necessarily have to drink just my beer. I can drink their beer.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's about getting free beer is what I'm hearing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got it. I was just trying to, work my way around that.
But Charlie happens to be eloquent, JP.
Yeah. He's not picking his nose while he's talking like I am. Yeah.
It is funny that you mentioned that. I wanted to mention something that Jim Cook said today, which I thought was fantastic. And Jim Cook was an amazing keynote speaker. But one thing he said, I am positive that everybody out here in this room has brewed the best beer on earth. You've all brewed your best beer on earth.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But he said, it's really not worth anything if you're not sharing it with somebody.
That's a good point.
Right.
And that is, I think, the character and the soul and the feel that you're talking about this conference, because everybody's here not just to talk about their own beer. They're here to talk about your beer and his beer and her beer.
Yeah.
And when Jim said that, man, I almost cried. I thought it was a nice thing just to say, to share it. That's what it's about. And this whole group has been doing it all week.
Yeah, definitely.
There has been this homebrew club night. That's where we're at right now. It's my favorite part of the conference.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I just go walking around here in big circles around the edge of the room. Not little circles. I'm not that far gone. Big circles around the room, trying these beers and looking forward to the second round and the third round. Just
as am I.
Yeah.
Although for me, it's still my first round. I got through half of it before the show. So
Well, you're a good man.
I'll be doing the small circles and making this happen.
Wandering around, drooling out of one corner.
Yeah. All right. Let's let everybody go have a good time.
All right.
More Flavor is here sponsoring your club night tonight, and they're going to be doing some giveaways and some raffles. We're going to still be playing games up here, so hang out, enjoy everybody's beer, and Charlie, I enjoy what you've created.
Well, relax, don't worry. Have a homebrew.
Cheers to you. A handshake and maybe a cheer is probably more appropriate. To Charlie Papazian and the National Homebrewers Conference, everybody. Let's hear it. Okay, another radio show under our belt, JP. Let's go have some fun.
Let's do it.
What do you think? I think it's time for that.
This is my second glass of Utopia. So.
We will be broadcasting the award ceremony live tomorrow night. So if you couldn't make it, and especially if you've got beers in the second round, don't worry. You'll get to hear your name called by tuning into the Brewing Network.
And then you can walk up and do small circles in your living room as you're accepting your award from your wife or something.
JP will be accepting all absentee awards.
I will.
And he'll be giving acceptance speeches.
I just want to say.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for having us here. Thanks for hanging out. You guys have been great. And let's go have some fun. Charlie, let's do it.
should know how to get down. Double and triple on my best friend. I think I'll have them all over again. But don't you give me that American truth for the one a real homebrew. Homebrew, don't you really love that homebrew? Can't get enough of it. Homebrew, it blows my mind. I love homebrew all of the time. Yeah, I think I'll have me. Well, I'll have me one right now. Give me a wheat beer on a hot summer day, a box of